Good morning from the city of Wales in Somerset. It's a bit nippy, early January, so it's to be expected. And I'm going to be doing a walk today, which will take me from this beautiful church here called St Cuthbert's Church, which does get a bit overlooked in favour of the cathedral, I suppose. And this walk's going to take me out into the countryside through a lovely little village, and then back into Wells by the Bishop's Palace and the cathedral. So before we leave this lovely church, I just want to show these old almshouses, just a bit hidden away, and I only discovered them quite recently, to be honest. So I'm starting to head out of the town centre now. I'm sort of looking for a big roundabout on Strawberry Way. And what I'll be doing is picking up the old railway track, which is the Strawberry line, which ran through Cheddar. And the train, I think, used to take all the strawberries away years ago. Hence the name Strawberry Line. It's all disused now, of course. It's just like a cycle track and a walkway. So I'll be going on part of that for part of the walk. So this is the roundabout, Strawberry Way, or Strawberry Line, Strawberry Way roundabout, I think it's called. So that's right, straight on is to Glastonbury, but we're going left here. But the railway track, the old railway track, actually goes right through here, so you wouldn't never guess it was here. There's not really any evidence left of it now. But in a minute we will actually get on the track, so we'll be able to pick it up. So this small piece of land here is the actual track bed of the old railway track. Still remains all overgrown, right next to the busy main road. As you see on the sign, I'm directly walking on the Strawberry Line railway track, which is now this very wide walkway and cycleway, which is really good. So this is where it starts to get a bit more interesting. Now we're starting to veer away from the road, and we're still on the railway track, but the road obviously just bends off that way. So it should become a little bit quieter. That's the trouble when you're by a main road. I don't like doing too much talking because the traffic noise will always come out louder than you think. And sometimes you'll be talking away like this and the sound is just overblown with traffic noise. So we are still quite near to the road, but gradually we should start to veer away. Already it's a bit more easier on the eye, the scenery. It's lovely. I don't quite know what they're meant to represent, these statues. No idea. That's quite interesting. There's a big stone here. It says the Tor, 7.25 miles. That must mean Glastonbury Tor. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too misty, and that at some point on the walk we will be able to see the Tor. I don't quite know what direction it's in, but as soon as I see it, I'll film it for you. Coming up now is it's like a very old footbridge. It's a bit in disrepair, but there's something strange hanging from it underneath. What on earth is that? Some sort of art sculpture perhaps, or something, I don't know. It's not part of the bridge, not originally anyway. Something that's been added. It is an art installation of some kind. Yeah, that was pretty good actually. I like that. I wonder if there'd be anything more. That's two statues and a sort of stone pointing the way to Glastonbury, so I don't know if there'd be anything else on this route. So at this moment, we are now in a quite deep cut-in, which is very scenic, but I'm hoping it will end soon. We'll get some distant views, but I'm not sure if it's going to be clear today. It's a shame because the last couple of days have been very cold and frosty with bright blue sunshine. Today, it's cloudy again. So while there's a slight frost, it's nowhere near as harsh as it has been. So, I think there's another bridge coming up actually. Quite an ugly bit bridge that one was, but very narrow. I don't think it's a road bridge. Right, so the cutting is starting to disappear. Unfortunately, I can hear a traffic noise because the road is still quite close to us. But I think there might be some views actually coming up over to the left. Yeah. Oh, wow. So yeah, really good views looking over to the left there, but as I was walking along, luckily I glanced quickly to the right, and yes, that big bump is Glastonbury Tor. A really good angle. It looks like it's like the classical shape. Sometimes if you look from different angles, the Tor can appear like an elongated hill, but from here it's like that perfect symmetrical bump. So the path goes off to the right now, but you can clearly see where the train line would have gone through this bit here. So I'm just going to walk to the end. I think there's a fence just ahead actually. There's a bench you can sit on and the view's incredible. Yes, the end of the line for us. Fence, that's a shame, it's all overgrown. Yeah, it's a shame the path couldn't have continued through because it's elevated. It would have been nice views all around. But instead the path is now down there, so I'm going to have to backtrack and go back down. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the path down there. But I can see, well, there's a bench just here because the view over the valley is incredible. Right. Let's go by the bench and I'll point out some of the things you can see from this viewpoint. Well, I'm not going to sit on the bench because it is a bit wet. There's a village over there, I can't remember the name, but we will be walking through that in a minute. And then, I think, not sure which way we go. I think we go over in that direction, across the fields there. No, I've lost my bearings, I don't know which way I've got to go. So I can't actually see the city of Wells, so I don't even know what direction it's in. I can see there's Pen Hill Mass there, which is just over 300 metres high in the Mendip Hills. And the ridge of the Mendip's going along there. Yeah, which way do I go? Am I lost? No, I'm not lost. And we are coming back near the road again. It seems like the road's veered back towards us a bit, which is a shame. Like a bit of peace and quiet, really. I'm dropping down a bit of a dip now. So, yeah, so over to the left is the embankment of the railway. I wonder how far that goes overgrown. If there's any more bits ahead which can be walked on, I don't know. I didn't expect to come across this. Dulcote cattle pound. So Dulcote must be the village. We must be on the edge of the village then. This is an old cattle pound. This was quite common a long time ago where any stray animals roaming around would be just rounded up and put in this pound until the owner come to collect them. And it's still here. God, that traffic noise. I'm glad I can get away from the road. Yeah. Right, what's next? So if you're on a bike, it's only 5 miles to Glastonbury. This would be quite a good cycle route actually, because it seems like most, if not all of it, is off-road. So that's a separate path to Dulcote quarry, half a mile away. There's this road here, so I imagine the cycle path to Glastonbury must go up that way then. Right, back for the bridge, we've got to go this way. Did you hear that? Somebody's shooting. That's the only thing walking in the countryside that worries me, is people shooting. So I don't like to go too far off the beaten track. Just look at the graffiti in here. Well, some of it's ugly, but there's some footprints embedded into the stonework. That's good. So now we're going to be going underneath the old strawberry line. And I'm guessing it's a Dulcote village, yeah, I can see some houses. So, very traditional looking. Let's take a look around then, shall we? So apart from the distant gunshots, it's quite a peaceful little village. There's some nice old houses. That's a nice building. I thought it was a school first because of the bell, but it looks like maybe a church. I don't know. It looks like it's sort of been... Well, one side looks quite new. I don't know if it's been rebuilt or... Oh, this is interesting. I don't know if there's a spring. Just like coming out of that person's garden. What's going into that little trough bit there, but it must be going under the road. And it comes back out this bit here. Take a look at this. It's covered in ice at the moment because it's quite cold. I never expected to see that. It's like a fountain coming out in the middle. Because it's so fine, a lot of the water is frozen. Yeah, so that was a bit of a surprise to see that water fountain and that what appeared to be like a spring coming out of someone's garden. Very unusual. So I've got a mixture of newer and older houses here. I think I'll go down the hill and then turn off across some fields. So I'm hoping it won't be muddy or nothing like that. So it looks like I'm just coming out of the village now. Last couple of houses. So going up here, there's pavement one side of the road, which is good. And then there should be a path going off to the left somewhere. Don't try this at home.
Tell me what you're doing. I'm
filming. There's something, a couple that just pointed out there's a pillbox on the hill, which I've never noticed before.
All right.
When it's dry, I'm going to go up and explore that. I've done that on some of my other YouTube videos. Done the ones on the beach at Barrow, Porlock Weir. There's a load by Bradford on Avon by the river.
Yeah.
So I was surprised to see one here because normally it's on coasts or rivers where the Germans could have came up. So I was really surprised to see that. So I think when it's drier, I might sneak across the field and have a look.
There is a footpath that goes quite close to it. Yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah. Okay. In Bradford on Avon, there's actually 16 pillboxes next to the River Avon. So that's something I want to be covering in a future video. And the reason for that, all the pillboxes by the rivers, because if there was a German invasion, they could come up quickly up the rivers or canals on their boats. Yeah, that's strange to see one here, right in the middle of nowhere. There's no river anywhere near or nothing. So, but it is on a hill overlooking a big area of land. So I presume that if there was an invasion, then it's an ideal place to spot them and attack them. I don't know. Very interesting. So maybe once it's dried out a bit, the land in the future, might come back and try to explore that. At last the traffic's died down. And this, I think, is the path. Yeah, the pavement does run out now, so I am going to go this path. Well, this is interesting. As the path is a paved path, so I'm not going to get muddy feet after all. And Glastonbury Tor again, really good view. So I'm slightly elevated now in this field. But yeah, strange to see a paved footpath going through a field. Normally it's just muddy and you make your own way through. So you can see what I've done basically is done a big circle. So I've gone half of the way to Glastonbury and then back up in this path. And this should bring me out in the city of Wales, right by Bishop's Palace. So as I look ahead, to the right is, I think that's the City of Wales Cathedral. Must be. And the church to the left, over there, would be St Cuthbert's, where we started out. So we're not too far away now. So this is a really easy walk. It's paved the entire way. There's no mud, no nothing. So it's flat, there's no hills. So for anyone visiting City of Wales, I really recommend this walk, because you get to see some varied scenery, you get to get some great views of the Tor. And it makes a nice change from just doing the same things. You find that sometimes when you visit a tourist attraction, and I fell into the same trap, you tend to do the same things, but when you look outside the box, there's normally some more things to see. And there's been many a times over the years I've come to the City of Wales, come to the back of the Bishop's Palace and saw this path. I thought, where does it go to? And this is it. It's nice that it's paved as well, because it's not much fun going through muddy fields in the middle of winter. Well, I was going to sit down, but I think the bench has seen better days. Should be in a museum, shouldn't it? The state of it. Right, so getting near the end of the video now. So what I'm going to do is just quickly show just one of my little recording techniques I use to get my shots. So sometimes I'll do 4 in one shot, where I try and get about 4 or 5 shots in one go. So if I just turn my camera on, what I'm going to do is just set it up on the tripod here. Make sure it's not going to overbalance. Okay, so first, set it up to film me. And all I'm going to do is backtrack, and I'm going to walk past the camera. As soon as I get past, I'm going to quickly reposition the camera this way. There. And the whole time I've got the camera recording. I'm just going to walk past again this way. For a few steps. There. Come back, get the camera. Quickly fold the legs up. And what I'm going to do now is POV shot. Walking along slowly. This is just to show what I'm seeing. And then all I'm going to do now is backtrack slightly and do a piece of camera. So I'm now not far from the end of my walk, and I can see the two churches, the cathedral and the church of St Cuthbert. Great. Okay, so that's that done. So that was 1, 2, 3, that was 4 shots I took down in one take. And then when I edit them, it will look something like this. I'm now not far from the end of my walk, and I can see the two churches, the cathedral and the church of St Cuthbert. Great. So that's just one of my little techniques I like to use when I'm filming. Not every video, but it depends where I am. I'll only put the tripod down on the ground if I'm in a quiet area. I don't like to do it when there's people around, because you never know. You don't want someone running away, snatching your camera and running away, so I would never do that in the city, really, or anywhere busy. So for a much more shorter walk, there is like a sort of cut through. So if you can remember back to the point where I was on the Strawberry Way, and there was that big stone block with the sign saying it's 7.25 miles to Glastonbury. By there, a path went off the main old railway line, and it takes you, I'm not sure if it goes through those woods, but it comes out somewhere over there. But I can see just by looking that there's lots of puddles, so I'm suspecting that that would be a walk for fine weather in the summer, perhaps on a cooler summer's day. But the path is somewhere over there by that massive supply of cut logs. Well, I must say that seat's a vast improvement on the last one. That's solid, that one, isn't it? Didn't expect to see that. Right, so more people now, because as I said earlier, this is a very popular walk. So over there, I've just spotted some of these, I think they're called glamping pods. In plain English, is like a shed that you pay lots of money for to stay in. No, they are quite nice, actually. I've watched a couple of YouTube videos where someone was in. It was actually in the city of Wales, so it could possibly have been one of them, and it was quite a nice experience for them. So that's quite a nice little ending to the walk, isn't it? Really good view of Glastonbury Tor again. And there's the cathedral right in front of us, and the Bishop's Palace. Just wonder why this land was never built on, because it's so close to the town. Must be a reason. So in the summer, this area behind me there is a giant car park for all the visitors. And there we go, the Bishop's Palace in the city of Wales. So that's it for this little walk then. Like I said, it's a very easy walk, so if you ever come to the city of Wales, it's definitely worth doing that. It took me about an hour, but of course I was stopping to film and everything like that. So that's it for me, guys, and I'll see you all next time.